We're joined from Cairo by Chairman of the Board of Directors of the International Commissions to Support Palestinian Rights, Dr. Salah Abdul Ati. Good evening to you, sir, and welcome to Qnews. Let me start by asking, what concrete outcomes should we be expecting from Cairo's Early Recovery and Reconstruction Conference, and what will turn pledges into projects on the ground?
After the greetings to you and to your viewers, what is expected from the Early Recovery and Reconstruction Conference is gathering international efforts to lock in the agreement and to gather the efforts for early recovery and providing shelters for civilians and tools necessary for reconstructions. And it is expected to participate with Egypt, the UN and Europe in the framework of the efforts made by the Egyptian Foreign Ministry to prepare this important conference that everyone is looking forward to guarantee the reconstruction for Gaza after the carnage for 2 years, and it will fund this expected to collect about 1 billion to reconstruction and gather efforts to reconstruct this strip for 3 to 5 years.
Right. Now, how central is the Sharm el-Sheikh peace plan at this very particular time, and what guarantees are needed to lock in a durable ceasefire and a credible path towards a Palestinian statehood?
Egypt works on this. This is why I gathered many acting countries in the Sharm el-Sheikh Peace Summit to lock in the ceasefire agreement. However, Israel still violates it daily and killing about tons of civilians and injuring others daily and impeding the aid delivery, especially with the winter, with hindering or not allowing tents, and caravans, which cause suffering for civilians. Therefore there's a priority to lock in this ceasefire with the UN resolution by providing international commission to guarantee the stabilization and enhancing the humanitarian response with the UN organizations and guaranteeing the moving towards reconstruction, which will foil the Israeli plans aiming at impeding the efforts.
Right. The Palestinian presidency is urging entry of temporary housing and shelters. From your point of view, is there a kind of diplomatic steps that can really unblock the approvals so they can enter quickly without derailing the broader talks?
Yes, the world has to stop being incapable after 63 days of ceasefire and not allowing Israel to impede the humanitarian efforts. It prevented temporary housing, caravans, and tents. So we have to prepare the world for a humanitarian response. Israel is still preventing it. What entered Gaza is less than 30% of the due assistance and aid. They have to respond to all international calls to avoid and to foil the plans of Israel of impeding and disallowing the tents and temporary housing. What happened in the winter wave is a plan, because they lack the life essentials that allow them to face the risks of winter. Therefore, we are looking forward to a broader international efforts and the framework of guaranteeing the pressure of Israel and guaranteeing
Yes.
the sound is cutting in and out.
Right. If I may ask you here, how is Egypt aligning partners to coordinate the funding, oversight, and timelines so reconstruction starts fast and the political or they can survive the political shocks?
This stops on all Palestinian Arab international mediators' efforts, especially to lock in the ceasefire agreement, opening the crossing points, and therefore we have to punish Israel for impeding the efforts, humanitarian efforts and reconstruction, which requires international coordination to guarantee complete and fulfilling the agreement and the UN resolution that will be expected to be passed on Monday, in addition to preparing the environment and securing the ground for reconstruction.
Well, but from your point of view, how can the Palestinian institutions who are most directly responsible for the services, how can they be supported in order to deliver quickly these aid, shelters and housing units and all that stuff under the international oversight?
There must be support for UNRWA. It is an essential artery for supporting aid, especially civilians, in addition to support relevant authorities with tools to prepare the infrastructure and fix and reform the infrastructure and the temporary shelters and housing units in order, and also provide medical supplies that Israel still impeding its entrance to Gaza, and also gathering international Arab efforts to respond even more efficiently to the needs of Gaza. Therefore, we can contribute in saving lives and protecting civilians from the cold weather and the malnutrition and diseases that can spread in winter.
Right. From Cairo, that was Dr. Salah Abdul Ati, the chairman of Board of Directors of the International Commissions to Support Palestinian Rights. We thank you so much for joining us here on Q News.